As usual, taking a look at the music industry as I do with Hollywood, a huge part of social programming, like I stated so many times. Let's take a look here at R.E.M. and the lead singer Michael Stipe, and I'll explain in full detail. I'm going to go through a lot of topics, so you're going to bear with me all the way to the end. It'll all add up, it'll all make sense. Just take a look at all the symbolism when it comes to Freemasonry, and I'll explain it all. You see the snake around his neck, the serpent. You see the Illuminati hand sign. You see the covering, specifically right here, of the right eye. You see the orange, again covering the right eye as well. Just a little bit of close-up of each image here. Michael Stipe, again here, covering of the right eye. And I'll explain all this, but first off, let's take a look at what it says on his hand. It says, Buck Mills, bury me. And this is all about duality. Bury me as in literally bury me in the ground, or marry me, because Michael Stipe is a homosexual. So it's all about duality, all about dual meanings. Now let's take a look here again. Talk about the passion, again covering the right eye, and understand what's taking place here when it comes to covering the right eye. Like I said it many times, showing right here Marilyn Manson. Understand the covering of the right eye, it all revolves around the Antichrist. Like I've stated many times, let's take a look here at this Bible verse in Zechariah 11:17, where it talks about the Antichrist being blinded in the right eye. So you'll understand that symbolism when it comes to covering up the right eyes, like so many puppets do, and I'll get again to more into this in the MM when it comes to 33 with Marilyn Manson, just like Marilyn Monroe. It's all clear. These fictitious names are all about the occult of 33. This is all about the mockery of Jesus Christ, who was crucified at the age of 33. Take a look at this book here, and you'll see duality once again with Marilyn Monroe, Crypt 33. Again, duality. It's all about Freemasonry, like I showed many times, the Masonic Lodge, the checkerboard floor, the black and white symbolism, and of course the twin pillars as shown here. Now understand, when it comes to Hollywood as well, you'll see characters just like Marilyn Manson, Marilyn Monroe. You'll find characters that are fictitious like Mad Max, Mork and Mindy, Michael Myers, and you have a fictitious character named Marty McFly for MM for 33, and his name Michael just so happens to be 33 as well. You understand the occult, why they had Michael J. Fox take over the role for Eric Stoltz once he came available. They love these occultic names. So again, you have the 33 with Michael, and the Fox, when it comes to Pythagorean numerology, it is 666, just like Fox Film, 20th Century Fox, Fox News, etc. Take a look here at his profile here, and you'll see he was born Michael Andrew Fox, but they changed it to Michael J. Fox for whatever reason. More than likely, all about the occult. To understand the occult of 33 and the MM, just take a look here at Mickey Mouse, as I've shown before. Just take a look at his ears. You don't see mice with their ears rounded like this. They have this for a reason. You could fit the number 3 in between these ears. So that's what it's all about. Always about the occult. And like I stated, MM for 33. So you have Mickey Mouse, you have Minnie Mouse. It's all about 33. I think this is just a coincidence. Just take a look at the Club 33 by Walt Disney. Look at all the occult about 33 when it comes to Disney. Of course, a 33-degree Mason, which I'll get to in a little bit. But let's take a look at this 33-degree Mason right here. You understand they're all about signs and symbols. As you can see, the two pyramids, duality, 233s, and the cult of 66 as well. Take a closer look at his cap. What you're going to see here, besides all the symbols around him, is you're going to see a symbol on top of his head. Again, they're all about symbolism. Let's take a closer look here at Aleister Crowley, a well-known Satanist and Freemason. And you'll see the symbol for the Baphomet, the satanic goat god. Same thing as you see on top of this 33-degree Mason's cap. Understand, again, let's take a look at Baphomet first off. as you can see right here. It's androgynous beings with breast, male parts. You see the goat head, of course, all about Satanism in plain sight. So again, when you see a Mason with this hat, they're not going to have the actual image of Baphomet. They replace it with a symbol, basically hidden in plain sight, the sign with Baphomet, as I shown right here with Crowley. It's all coded, everything they do, but it's always in plain sight as well. Now getting back to Disney and the Occult of 33, here is Katy Perry, one of her friends at Club 33, Walt Disney in Disneyland. Now take a look again when it comes to the Occult of Disneyland. Of course, it's located in Anaheim in Orange County. Understand the Occult of 33. This is how far they go. Take a look here at this overhead map. You see Club 33 right here. And of course, again with Anaheim, Anaheim just so happens to be 33 in numerology as well. Just like Orange County, Orange is 33. This is how far they go. Take a look at this image going back to 1954 with officials in Orange County. The plans for Disneyland right here. So again, this is how far they go with the 33. Now, taking a look at Disney World, of course, in Florida, it's here, opened in 1971. They have the Orange Bird. It's also located in Orange County. So again, it's about duality. You have Disneyland in Orange County, and you have Disney World in Orange County. This is not by coincidence, it's by design. Taking a look at the Orange Bird mascot. Again, right here, you see here the Orange Bird. Think orange. It's all about orange. Like they say, orange is the new black. Take a look here in 60 Minutes. Will Mickey Mouse eat up Orange County? It's back to 1972. And you'll see again more symbolism. This guy has no clue. He's a big fan of Disney. Has no idea what's taking place. Again, with a 33 shaped hat with those ears, the orange as well. Let's take a look here at Disney World again. This one food stand, Sunshine Tree and Terrence. Now let's take a look at the symbolisms here. The dual symbolism with the dual suns. Take a closer look here with this image. See it a little bit better. You see all the occult symbolism. You see basically CC. One is reversed. It's all about duality. This is CC for 33. You see the three pyramids as well. Again, the little orange bird with, I guess, vanilla and orange ice cream. But again, the occult of this symbol here is CC for 33, just like Chanel. And this is the female symbol in the middle. All about duality. They love to have multiple, not just dual, multiple symbols with their designs, their logos, not just one. The more they can fit in, the better as far as they're concerned. I'll get back to R.E.M. and Michael Stipe in a minute, but first off, let's set the table here that laid the foundation for what is taking place here with the music industry in Hollywood. Let's take a look at these so-called stars in the music industry. You have Christopher Cross, CeCe DeVille, and Chris Cornell. Okay. First off, Christopher Cross, Christ Cross. It's like Jesus Christ's cross, his real name. He was born Christopher Charles Geppert. So understand the people behind the scenes, they devise these names for these artists. They find these so-called artists with talent and shape and form them to what you see on television. Just like CeCe DeVille. CC is for 33, of course, and Devil as in devil. He was born Bruce Anthony Johannesson. And Chris Cornell with his look, the false look of Jesus with the long hair. As it states in the Bible, long hair is considered shameful. I'm not talking about just long hair. I'm talking about styled as a female. And he was born Christopher John Boyle. So understand, all these puppets in the game, they are shaped and formed by those behind the scenes. Like I stated many times, they find those with talent and they shape them and form them to what you see. The lyrics of their songs are given to them. They're just like Hollywood actors, basically given scripts for their songs. They don't just, wing songs and put them out there for the public. There's always a hidden meaning with so many songs out there. Not every single song, but for the most part, many songs. Now, more occult when it comes to CC and 33. Again, with the C and C Music Factory, I find it interesting. It says fierce and they have the C highlighted. You get C, C, and C. This is the occult of 33, 3, and 3. Let's take a look at crisscross. Even though it's spelled with a K, phonetically it's like a C, crisscross. This is all about the occult of Satanism, which I'll explain right now with wearing their clothes backwards. First off, let's take a look at this symbol. Again, all about duality, words backwards, their clothes are backwards, and this is all about Satanism. Like I stated before, Aleister Crowley, even going further back to Eliphas Levi and the satanic law of reversal, where they learn to write backwards, walk backwards, phonographic records in reverse, they listen to, speaking backwards, writing backwards, they say the Lord's Prayer backwards. Again, it's all about Satanism, duality, doing things in reverse. Now let's take a look here at Michael Jackson at his famous backslide. This is all about, again, the reference to the Bible when the term backsliding is going against Christ. Take a look here at the backslide. And again, this is all about Satan. This is why they devised this for Michael Jackson. Again, walking backwards. So they don't just come up with these concepts out of thin air. There's always a reason. Now, more occult of the 33 with Culture Club, or CC33. You see airplane symbolism all over Boy George's outfit. The hand over the heart as well. And you see, again, the greatest. It's all about 9/11 with the greatest hits, or the hits collection, I should say. Now, taking a look at all the symbolism here with Boy George. See the orange hat. This is the so-called peace sign, but more or less, it's the Roman numeral 5. Everything we're given is false meanings. And you see basically the two pyramids. This is the so-called Star of David. Basically two pyramids, as above, so below. You see the anarchy sign, and this, what you see here on his jacket, is more or less dual lightning bolts, just like you see on stage with Kiss. Of course, the lead singer, Gene Simmons, a Jew, called the Demon. What a coincidence this is. Again, taking a look here. Again, this is the lightning bolt symbolism, believe it or not. On the collar of his jacket, understand, like I stated, Luke chapter 10, verse 18, where Jesus beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. So you understand the founder of the Satanic Church uses the lightning bolt as their symbol. Understand as well, Satanists do things, as I stated, in reverse and opposites. They flip the star over in this reverse pentagram. Always the world of opposites when it comes to Freemasonry and Satanism, which are all one and the same. Getting back to the lightning bolt symbolism, goes back as well to Nazi Germany. Understand, Hitler was an occultist. He was deeply into the occult, a Satanist, part of the world stage. You see, again, the dual lightning bolts, just like David Bowie with the single lightning bolt. Let's take a look here as well with the orange. Before I even get more into the orange, let's take a look. Michael Stipe, once again, I'll get more on topic with R.E.M. I needed to lay the foundation once again so people understand and connect all the pieces of this puzzle. We'll understand what's taking place. Again, covering of the right eye is a symbol of the Antichrist. Like I stated, just like it states in Zechariah 11:17. That's why you see all the puppets in the music industry do this. They are instructed to do this. It's not on their own. These are not artists. They're more likely sellout con artists that are given lyrics to their songs and are shaped and informed by those behind the scenes. Like I stated before, those behind the scenes look for those with talent. This is what you see on TV, you hear on the radio, and see on MTV, VH1, and whatnot. Again, getting back to R.E.M., let's take a look at this one cover for a Chronic Town. You see the gargoyle, you see the tongue sticking. It's all about the occult, where it states in the Bible, where it states in Isaiah 57:4, "Whom do you mock, making faces and sticking out your tongues, you children of sinners and liars?" And this is why you see all the puppets here sticking their tongues out. And if you don't understand the occult, you don't understand the Bible, you will not know what's taking place here. Just like with Obama, dual symbolism, with the one-eyed Antichrist and the tongue sticking out. Just like this Who poster, with the devil sticking his tongue out. All about the occult. In Isaiah 57:4, where it states, "Whom do you mock? Making faces and sticking out your tongues, you children of sinners and liars." So you take a look at this image and you see all the puppets in the game sticking their tongues out. You'll understand what's taking place. If you don't understand the Bible, you don't understand the occult, you'll have no understanding of what this means. Just like the same philosophy with covering the right eye, which symbolizes, like I stated, the one-eyed Antichrist. Take a look at some images. Again, puppets in the game, sticking your tongue out and making faces. People have no clue what's taking place. Easily deceived. It's basically a domino effect where you watch TV and you see all these celebrities sticking out their tongues. You think it's just by random, just by chance that they do this, when there's a reason for everything they do. Again, it's a domino effect. Take a look at some of these fans. Just want to be like their idols. Their false idols like Ozzy Osbourne. Just take a look at the crosses he's wearing. People that call themselves Christians and they wear crosses, when the Bible specifically states, do not make any graven images of anything like this of in heaven above, on the earth below, or the waters below the earth. People don't understand what's taking place. This is why the celebrities, the so-called celebrities, do this. They want to emulate these people. Talking about emulating, again, with the tongue symbolism. Again, these basically copycats, shaped and formed by those that own and control TV, and the puppets, and sticking their tongues out, doing the devil horns. Taking a look at all these people that have been trapped in the satanic system. And they don't care. The old saying goes, you only live once. That's what they believe. There's no life after death. They've been caught in the license. Now take a look at Obama, talking about dual symbolism here. Again, with the tongue sticking out and blinded in the right eye. Again, a representation of the Antichrist. Now you see Miley Cyrus doing the same exact thing. This is just a coincidence, and you are definitely a coincidence theorist. Taking a look at this Who poster, going back in time, you see the devil himself, an image of the devil, with the tongue sticking out. Now getting back to R.E.M, they have a song called Tongue, all about the occult. Taking a look again, R.E.M, you see the lead singer Michael Stipe, again with the Illuminati symbolism. Understand, getting more again into Michael Stipe and R.E.M. Understand, he was born John Michael Stipe. Now understand why they changed his name from John to Michael. Is once again, Michael is 33 in numerology. And just more examples is people on the world stage changing their name to fit the number 33. Let's take a look here at Bill Clinton. You'll see here his personal details. He was born William Jefferson Blythe III in supposedly Hope, Arkansas. I'll get into that in a little bit. Clinton as well. The reason he had his name changed because Clinton is 33 in numerology once again. Now, like I stated, supposedly born in Hope, Arkansas. Well, I just so happen to have it on good authority. He was not born in Hope, Arkansas. But before I get into that, take a look at Hope, Arkansas. Closer look even, and you'll see it's on the 33rd parallel. Now again, my sources, they told me, or I say she told me, that Bill Clinton was actually born in Hot Springs, Arkansas, just north of Hope, Arkansas. So you get the 34, but again, they want to fit in that number 33. Interesting enough here, in Bill Clinton's book, he mentions that he was born, again, in Hope, Arkansas, and he goes out of his way to mention how it's 33 miles east of the Texas border at Texarkana. Give me a break. How they love to mock, throwing that number 33 every which way possible. Now understanding Kennedy with Clinton here, as you can see, amazingly enough, Bill Clinton has a picture with Kennedy. And why is this? Is some type of predictive programming taking place? Of course it is. Take a look also at Kennedy, just so happens to be 33 as well. Now, Bill Clinton with Kennedy again. How did this all happen? How did this all come into play? Take a look at his pops. Here he is, David Rockefeller. David Rockefeller basically had sex with a prostitute who was Bill Clinton's mother. Basically, it's not what you know, it's who you know in this world to make it to the very top. Now, getting back to Michael Stipe, and again, all the occult, Michael being 33, like I stated, the band R.E.M. just so happened to form in Athens, Georgia, on the 33rd parallel. Now, take a look here at this interesting album called R.E.M. Stand, of course, in orange. I'm going to get the occult of this with the circle here. Let's take a look at some images from this music video. I'll play, or I can't play actually the video. I'm going to include a link in the description box of the video, the official video. What do you see here? The very opening, you see the ball earth symbolism. Now, I find this very interesting, the connection with 9/11 and Freemasonry. The very beginning of the video, after they show the ball spinning, you'll see an image of this child. He's walking this plank, and he's doing the arms like an aeroplane right in front of the towers. Give me a break once again. How they love to mock. Now, if you think this is just a coincidence, let's take a look here. During the play of Stand, the music video by R.E.M., what do you see? You see twin pillars in the back. Once again, a representation of Freemasonry. And you see the compass, just like a Masonic lodge with the dual pillars. Now, if you think, again, that's just a coincidence, take a look here. You see the Twin Towers again and the Twin Pines. This reminds me of Back to the Future in this scene at the Twin Pines Mall. And the connection, again, with Marty McFly, MM for 33. And again, how Satanists like to work on opposites in reverse. It's 1:16 a.m. Why did they devise Marty McFly showing up at the mall, at Twin Pines Mall, at this time? So you flip over the 1:16, and you get the occult of 9/11 with the Twin Towers. There's always a reason for everything. Now, getting back to the orange, like I said, which is 33 in numerology, the only color that is 33 in numerology, take a look again at the Stand music video by R.E.M. And they show this atlas, just so happens to be orange in color. I find it interesting, has his hand over it, covering it. Now, again, getting back to Hitler. Take a look at his 3 books here. Nazi Germany era, Adolf Hitler, Mein Kampf, orange cover. They show the fake, phony ball earth in magnifying glass. Another book here as well. All again about Freemasonry. People out there believe Hitler was some type of hero fighting the Jews. Give me a break. Once again, he was part of the world stage. Now, R.E.M. in orange, they had a song called Orange Crush. Basically, supposedly anti-Vietnam song with Agent Orange. Now, understand, again, Michael Stipe being part of the world stage with this phony baloney controversy when he called out Donald Trump, a supposed enemy, when they're both on the payroll working together against the masses, telling him not to use his music, calling him an orange clown. Donald Trump, just a character in the world stage, purposely putting on this orange makeup, getting this orange tan. It's all about the occult, again, of orange. They're just actors, just characters, part of the world stage. Now take a look at this with Michael Stipe in the orange sunglasses. Everything they do, there is a reason. Again, this just showing how it all works, how they're both on the same team. Michael Stipe doing the Illuminati hand sign, and Donald Trump doing the same exact thing. Just like all the puppets, there's nothing new under the sun. Adolf Hitler, Merkel, the Illuminati hand sign wearing orange. And these 2 false prophets right here, as you can see. And today, being June 2nd, they have this anti-gun awareness with wear orange. Again, give me a break. Now, once again, getting back to the very beginning of R.E.M. stand music video, and they show the ball Earth. They flash different images of the supposed ball Earth. And here's one of the ball Earth supposedly spinning at 1,100 miles an hour as it supposedly as well orbits around the sun at 67,000 miles an hour. Now, if this is all happening and all possible, then how do you get this? How do you get these lakes? The water is like a mirror, like glass. Same example here. So we're spinning at 1,100 miles an hour at the equator and supposedly traveling at 67,000 miles an hour around the sun, and this is possible. Now, for those that believe in satellites, how is it possible that satellites are out in outer space, not in Earth's atmosphere, and while the Earth is orbiting the sun, somehow the satellites around the ball Earth somehow travel along with it? You want to explain that? I don't think so. Now, more programming with the ball Earth, as I stated in the video. All during the play of this video, you can see the ball Earth, phony, baloney programming that they have here. It's all about indoctrinating in the masses into the satanic lie of the ball Earth. People can't wrap their brain around what's taking place. Look at all the occultic symbols, the circle, the pyramid, and the square. In this case, looks more like a rectangle. Here's the square and the sun. More ball Earth programming. Now take a look here. Just more of the same. Try to explain the flat Earth to people that have been indoctrinated in the lie system for 30, 40, 50 years. Of course, they're going to look at you like you're crazy. They don't know they're deceived in this lie system. Deceived from birth, and unfortunately deceived until death if they don't wake up and realize everything they've been taught is a lie in this world system controlled by these Satanists. Now, one thing I found interesting at the end of the R.E.M. stand video, towards the end, they show these people standing on this corner, and it says Worth Street as an ST. I always find these things because I know these people are always about the occult. They create these music videos. Take a look at Worth Street. It just so happens to be 33. Okay? People understand what's taking place here. Now, at the very end of this music video, after showing all the ball Earth symbolism, at the very end, they show a child standing and making a circle around him. And this is a form of mockery. Like it states in the Bible, that God is above the circle of the earth. Understand the flat earth, how it all works. The ice rings around the entire flat earth, which holds the water in, much like a bowl. And somehow people have been basically indoctrinated to believe that water can stick to the bottom of a globe due to gravity. Well, if gravity is so powerful and so strong, then why don't clouds get pulled down? Why can birds and butterflies take off, but powerful enough to hold down water? It just doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. But again, people are stuck on a lie system with no escape. Here's an image, again, of the flat earth, a circle. Again, this is the ice rings that hold the water in. Can't grasp this because, again, they're indoctrinated in the lie system. Now, an image of the world we actually live on, with the sun and the moon within the firmament. The Bible states, now, again, the sun and the moon above the flat earth. Take a look here at this image. During the daytime, many times, you can see the moon during the daytime. You can see here as well. You want to explain this? How during the daytime we get the sun and the moon, and the other side of the supposed ball earth, what do they get as far as light? No sun, no moon, they don't get anything. You want to explain that? One thing I need to make a point on is people talk about Halley's Comet, asteroids, so-called meteorites. Understand, everything is within the firmament. Nothing beyond besides heaven and the waters above. Understand, when you have so-called Meteorites are nothing more than falling stars within the firmament.
It's 3:34 Pacific Standard Time. You see the sun in the western sky. Let's pan over and take a look straight up at the eastern sky, and what do you see? There's your moon at 3:34. So what does the other side of the ball Earth get as far as the moon and the sun? They get absolutely nothing. It's absolute proof that the moon and the sun circle above the flat Earth just like a clock. People always ask, what about falling over the edge? Understand, Antarctica is a huge ice ring that encompasses the flat Earth.
So all we get is fake. Even the ball Earth we supposedly live on. Just taking a look at this image here from NASA's official website with Robert Simon. This is the man responsible for the supposed blue marble that we live on. Read the article. He states he basically creates this image of the blue marble through data received through satellites. As I mentioned before, satellites do not exist. There are no satellites in space. And if they were, how far away are they to capture this image of Earth? Give me a break. How people can't see what's taking place with all the trillions of dollars spent on NASA over the years. And they give us a composite of the planet we supposedly live on. And the masses just lap it up. As I stated many times, all the teachers throughout elementary school, middle school, high school, college, university, they never seen the ball Earth from space. They're just taking NASA's word for it. And this is what happens when people assume. They trust their government, they trust their government agency and NASA, and even when things like this don't add up, they'll find a way to rationalize it. No one likes to be told they've been lied to their entire lives. It's sad. We live in such a dumbed-down society.
You want answers! I want the truth! You can't handle the truth! Space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement. In Cobain, can you hear the spheres singing songs off station to station?
Before showing the footage, one thing needs to be understood. I get asked daily, why does it matter if we live on a ball or a flat Earth? It's all about disproving the Bible. A ball Earth supports evolution, where a flat Earth with a dome supports a crater. It's all about hiding God. So when you see a rainbow in the sky after it rains, you wonder why this happens. It's a reflection of the dome above us. And why does thunder echo? Again, it's because of the dome above us. I'm just taking a look at this image of the sun in the clouds. Do you really believe the sun is 93 million miles away? And you would get this perspective with the sun rays? Not possible. Now let's take a look at this footage here, which I've shown before, where you see this model of the flat Earth with the sun going around. A lot of people don't understand the flat Earth concept, where the sun is much closer to the flat Earth. It's not, again, 93 million miles away. People would say, well, the sun would illuminate the whole flat Earth. How can we get night and day? Well, again, I'll show that footage. But before I do that, let's take a look at this map here, which I showed before in a previous video, from my 1892 flat Earth map that was found in the Boston Public Library. The Gleason's map shows the flat Earth again. Now let's take a look here. The very right hand bottom corner, what do you see? It talks about the December solstice, and they show the range of the sun over the flat Earth. Now let's take a look with this man with this camcorder during a cruise around Alaska. Take a look at this footage, and you're going to see night and day at the same time.
You probably wouldn't believe this if we didn't show you. Here's on our balcony. It's about 10 o'clock at night. And it's almost dark. It's amazing. You can see the moon shining and reflecting brilliantly on the water. But then as you pan to the left, daylight over here.
So again, he's demonstrating how you get night and day at the same time. So again, understand, imagine if you're a few thousand miles towards this direction, you're not going to even see darkness whatsoever. So when you see, again, the flat earth model, as I demonstrated here, you'll understand exactly how this is accurate. I want to hear people that believe that we live in a spinning ball that's traveling 70,000 miles an hour, and somehow satellites and ISS travel along with us in the vacuum of space. Explain this. Can't get past the lies of science. They've been blinded by science, and that's what it's about. Now let's take a look at this footage of this woman who recorded the same basic exact thing in a cruise in the Caribbean. Take a look.
Where the night ends,
There's your moon.
the day.
A little bit darker, but again, you see how it's completely feasible. Again, if you're a few hundred miles, even maybe 1,000 miles, it's going to be completely illuminated sky. And that's what it's all about. People can't see what's taking place because, again, they have been blinded by science. They've been too far down a path of lies to admit that they've been deceived their entire lives. They can't get past it. No evidence is going to wake them up.
Perched on top of us from birth to death are our owners. Our owners. They have us. They control us. They are our masters. Wake up. And they have blinded us to the truth.
Even good friends have no answer, beautiful star.
Earth, throughout its life, even when it formed, it was spinning, and it got a little wider at the equator than it does at the poles. So it's not actually a sphere, it's oblate, and officially it's an oblate spheroid. That's what we call it. But not only that, it's slightly wider below the equator than above the equator.
A little chubbier.
A little chubbier.
Yeah.
Chubby's a good way. It's like pear-shaped.
How do you like it? They tell you all the time what to do, what to think, what to feel. Do you want to be like a sheep? Like all those other people, man? Do you understand? That piece of shit up there, I never like him. I never trusted him. This is paradise, I'm telling you.
And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so.
The Force can have a strong influence on the weak-minded.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
Talking about mockery, just take a look at this company, Orion Telescope Center, located in Cupertino, California. Take a look at their company logo, and what do you see? Basically the dome with the flat earth. These people know the earth is flat. They are just profiting those gullible people that just believe all the lies of science. When the foundation is a lie, everything else after is a lie as well. Here's a closer look at the storefront. Right in front of your face. And here's the dome above the flat earth. What a complete joke. Already made a video connecting George Lucas and Gene Roddenberry and all the similarities with Freemasonry hidden in plain sight in their movies, Star Trek and Star Wars. Now let's take a look. The interesting connection when it comes to the flat earth with both of them. I already posted a video specifically showing in the Star Trek The Next Generation from Season 2, Episode 2 with the flat earth. mentioned as a form of mockery. Now let's take a look here at some occult symbolism with Star Wars. With all these logos, you're going to see the occult hidden in plain sight. Once again, take a look at the first Star Wars movie. You'll see the uncapped pyramid. Even the scroll for the movie from the very beginning, you'll see that uncapped pyramid. Like I mentioned before as well, Lucas Arts, you see this logo. Basically, this is the square from Freemasonry. You see the compass in the square. It's just turned sideways. You see the all-seeing eye as well. Now let's take a look at this poster. Lucasfilm Star Wars. You see the Lucasfilm logo. Let's take a closer look at this. What do you see right in front of you? You see the dome, the firmament, and you see the sun and the moon underneath. Now, one thing I find interesting, and this is complete mockery, is Lucasfilm is above the dome. Let's take a look at the numerology chart in Lucasfilm. Just so happens to be 33. And of course, biblically, God is above the firmament. So this is a complete mockery right here. Let's take a look here. A little bit more, some logos. Of course, Disney took over for Star Wars. As I mentioned, the dome and the flat earth symbolism, Lucasfilm. And also, of course, with all these corporate logos, company logos, you're going to have the occult. Like I said, you get the 6 and the 6 and the 6 for 666 for Walt Disney. Some would call this a dome. Call it what you want, but again, the 666 in plain sight. Now, taking a look at the fan club for Lucasfilm. This logo here, as you can see, the lightning bolt within the firmament. Of course, the lightning bolt represents Satan. Stated in Luke chapter 10, verses 18, where Jesus beheld Satan falling from heaven as lightning. That is why Satanists use the lightning bolt as their symbol. As you see here, Anton LaVey, the founder of the Satanic Church in San Francisco, California. You see the lightning bolt incorporated in the Satanic pentagram. Let's take a look here at the occult of Mad Max. It's called Beyond Thunderdome. And of course, the reason you hear thunder echo is because of the dome above us. So, what is beyond Thunderdome? And that is heaven. As shown here in this biblical concept of the flat earth with the firmament or the dome. Another reference, as I showed before, from 1983 TV series called V for Visitors. You had these alien invaders, these reptilians. Interesting enough, take a look here at the supreme leader called Diana. What do you see here? Take a closer look. This is the flat earth with the firmament. You see the sun and the moon within. You see the path it takes, just like I showed before. With this flat earth model with the sun going around the flat earth in a circle. Here's the concept of, again, the flat earth with the firmament. And again, the same thing, just like the 1983 series, TV series called V. All mockery in plain sight. Well, they're talking about alien invaders. Aliens do not exist. Other planets do not exist. It's just all science fiction. At the same time, this is how they love to mock the model of the flat earth hidden in plain sight. Now, to understand the programming when it came to Star Trek, the original series, which aired from 1966 to 1969, basically it served its purpose. In 69, they supposedly landed a man on the moon. They no longer need this programming for the time being, but it was reintroduced in 1987 as the Next Generation. Now, interesting enough, they had a character named Captain Picard. Here he is right here. You see, again, Gene Roddenberry. Now, a very interesting connection when it comes to Captain Picard, and the reason Gene Roddenberry selected that name for Captain Picard of the Enterprise. Again, it's all going to relate to Freemasonry. Let's take a look back here at 1931 in this magazine called Popular Science, August of 1931. Let's take a closer look here. And you had Swiss engineer Jean Picard. The balloon, I'm going to get into this. But first off, notice the spelling is a little bit different than Captain Picard. There's 2 C's instead of 1 C. And here's an image with his brother, Auguste Picard. I find it very interesting. Gene Roddenberry decided on this name for Captain Picard, and it was basically after Auguste Picard. And taking a look here at Popular Science, you can take a look at this on Google, and I'll include a link in the description box below the video. You can see here on Wikipedia that Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry named Picard for one or both of the twin brothers Auguste Picard and Jean Felix Picard, 20th century Swiss scientist. Now, taking a look at the article in the magazine, it talks about Professor Auguste Picard, physicist with Charles Kepler, aimed to explore the air at 50,000 feet up. 17 hours later, they were forgotten for dead, but safely returned to Earth. They estimated they went up to 52,000 feet, which is basically 10 miles. Now, interesting enough here where it states how in the first half hour the balloon shot up 9 miles. Basically, it seemed to them that they saw a disk with the upturned edge. And this is the flat Earth that they saw. Now, this is the world of duality with Freemasons. The scientist that saw with his own eyes the flat Earth from a hot air balloon, a captain of a spaceship in outer space, is given the name Picard. Completely ridiculous how these Freemasons love to mock. Now, let's take a look at this scene from Star Trek The Next Generation. This is from 1988, Season 2, Episode 2. Take a listen to what is said here.
Remember the course in ancient history at Starfleet Academy? About the time when men still believed the Earth was flat? And that the sun revolved around it? And that if a ship sailed too far out into the ocean, it would fall off the edge of the world? Beyond this place, there be dragons.
Again, this is how they love to mock.
Space, the final frontier.
Space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement.
Fascinating, fascinating, fascinating.
This is basically going to be a summary of the last few videos I've covered on the 33. I covered Ted Turner, Vince McMahon, a lot of Freemasons, part of the world stage. Let's take a look at Ted Turner to start off. Just looking at his surname, it just so happens to be 33. Understand, people behind the scenes, much more powerful, much more rich, much more influential than Ted Turner, put him in this position because of the 33 surname. Taking a look, as I've shown before, the CNN Center being on the 33rd parallel. Of course, as I mentioned, the highest degree in the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, the age Christ was crucified. Now, as far as the CNN logo itself, taking a look here how it's all connected for a reason. As I mentioned before, how they work on the number system, ABC is 1, 2, 3. Now you'll see the CNN logo turn sideways. You'll see the hidden 33. Just going a little bit further, of course, the CNN logo basically is a 33, as I've shown here, and also a hidden code for 333 as well. And with the occultist, 333 is basically a hidden code for 666. Taking a look here at the solid image of CNN's logo, you can see the 3 and the 3. So that's just a 33, but this one is more or less duality with 33 and 666, with the occultic, again, number 333. Now, taking a look, as I showed before, with Vince McMahon's logo for WWE Wrestling with no E in the WWE logo. Of course, 833 as well. So Ted Turner, Vince McMahon, supposedly bitter rivals, both 33-degree Masons. As I showed before in a previous video as well, the 33 and the G being basically the same thing. Again, it's all about duality. Understand here what's taking place with the alphabet, with A through Z being 26. Skip over, and A starts over again as 27. When you get to G is 33. So again, understanding what's taking place with the 33 in duality. Now, as far as CNN in the Occult of Eye report, it's like the all-seeing eye of Lucifer. And as I mentioned before, how Satanists work on opposites, like Eliphas Levi and Aleister Crowley. They learn to write backwards, walk backwards, listen to phonographic records backwards, speaking backwards, reading backwards. They say the Lord's Prayer backwards in the Satanic Church. So when you see things in society, such as the iPhone, it's all again about the occult. You see Siri is iris backwards for the eye. You get two eyes basically here. Now, taking a look at some of these so-called elite, such as Bill Gates, who just so happened to retire from Microsoft after 33 years. Shown before the Microsoft logo with the hidden 33. Now, Bill Gates himself, just like Turner, is 33. Bill Gates, his full first name and last name is 33. Just goes to show if you just so happen to have a first or last name or a full name that is 33, you will be propped up if you are a Mason in this world. Now, taking a look at Steve Jobs. Now, he doesn't have a 33 name, but he has a quote for 33 years with one of his posts. He also mentions looking in the mirror. Mirror is a reflection. It's all about duality. If you understand Freemasonry, you'll understand this. Now, Steve Jobs, again, his name is not 33 in numerology. Look at the Chaldean numerology calculator. Steve Jobs is 36. You get 3 6s, you get 666. And that's the occult of Apple computer, which I'll show here. As I shown before, the first Apple computer was $666.66. A little bit of a close-up. You get the bite into an apple. You get the occult of the R.E.M itself. So always, again, everything is devised by these Satanists behind the scenes. Just taking a look here at this ad for Apple computer, and you see this nude man holding the Apple computer. Of course, the bite out of the apple represents the Garden of Eden, which he is standing in. You see the serpent talking about Adam. Just take a look at this computer, the Adam computer from this old ad from the 70s, and this nude woman representing Eve taking a bite out of the apple. Understand, all these computers that get distributed worldwide, these are Freemasons behind the scenes, all occultists. You're not going to make it on top of this world unless you are a Freemason. Like I stated many times, they get it all. We get the crumbs in this world. Now, getting back on topic as far as CNN's concerned, people involved and people need to understand how the Matrix works. Everybody on TV is part of the rigged reality. Just take a look here at Roland Martin, and you see the Masonic hand sign. Now, this is a liberal. Now you look at Donald Trump, who is a supposed conservative Republican, and you see the same Masonic hand sign. People need to understand, when you watch TV news, it's more or less a movie. People, supposedly enemies fighting against each other, but they're working together against us. Talking about working against us, let's take a look here at Roland Martin and CNN. The Trayvon Martin hoax, nothing more than a divide and conquer news story. In the whole wearing the hoodie, this is more or less a druid look. It's always about the occult. We're just taking a look, of course, here at the Adidas pyramid logo as well. And Roland Martin looks completely ridiculous with this hoodie over his head. It looks like Jabba the Hutt. And again, getting back on topic, with the Masonic hand signs, nothing new under the sun. I showed before with Adolf Hitler. People, some so-called truth speakers say Hitler was some type of hero. These people are keeping you locked in the Matrix. I'm not going to give you the full, entire truth and make you believe there are actual heroes in this world when the world is nothing but a stage. No one gets propped up. No one gets part of history unless you're part of the rigged reality. Moving along here, understand Freemasonry in duality and what's taking place. Comes the Bible. It states in Isaiah 5:20, woe to those who call evil good and good evil. And this is a Masonic, basically, system here in this world full of deception, where nothing is as it seems. Let's take a look here with the so-called peace sign. This is what you call turning evil into something good. Going back in time with the cross of Nero, of course. Nero was basically a persecutor of Christians, going back to Roman times. Now you understand again the whole concept that these Satanists work on opposites, just like the so-called truth speaker Lupe Fiasco. And you see his necklace. Take a little bit of a close-up. You see the so-called peace sign, the anarchy sign, and the lightning bolt, which represents Satan, as I mentioned many times. Just like you see here, Anton LaVey, the founder of the Satanic Church, with the lightning bolt within the satanic pentagram. We're talking about turning, again, evil into good and good into evil. Let's take a look at the split image of the peace sign going back to ancient India. And these are Native American Indians with the peace sign on their jerseys. Again, turning good into evil with Adolf Hitler using their sign. So, understand the occultists work on opposites. That's what it's all about. Basically, the land of confusion, just like this song from Genesis.
There's too many men, too many people, thinking too many problems, and not much love to go around. Can't you see this is a land of confusion?
And that's what it's all about, keeping the masses confused, not knowing where to look, not knowing what is truth and what is lies. This is how they keep us divided, fighting, not knowing the truth. When you know the truth will set you free.